The play is called Hidden, and it chronicles the lives of those people who rescued Jews or were rescued by non-Jews during the occupation of Holland during the Second World War. 3 years ago, I read an article that was written by an LA Times reporter, and it focused on the life of a woman who lives in Vermont, and she's still alive today, and she was a rescuer of Jews in Amsterdam during the Second World War. And I found her story really fascinating, but more than anything made me gravitate toward the work and her story was the fact that she was just a quiet, regular person who stepped out of her comfort zone to do something which we all view as heroic. She, of course, would not see it as heroic action. It was just something that she had to do, which was to offer help to somebody who needed help. And she became a rescuer of children, Jewish children, during the occupation of Amsterdam and of Holland. And I found the story so compelling, and I wanted to tell it somehow. The big thing I'd like people to get from the piece is to ask themselves the question, what would you do? That was the biggest response I had to the article that I read. I finished reading about her life, and I thought, well, what would I have done in that situation?
Well, it's an honor to be working for a show that Chris and Jamie wrote. It's a different process to work in something that's a new work, and it's ever changing and changing the lines, and that's a fun part. So it's a fascinating process. It's also enjoyable because I used to live in Amsterdam, and I'm very passionate about the subject and was involved a little bit with the photography end of the production as well. So the research end of it was fascinating for me about the occupation of Holland. Erica Lanting is a survivor, and she was brought into hiding 6 months after her father had disappeared from going out on a mission for the underground for the Dutch resistance, and she's telling her story.
The main character that I'm playing is a farmer, a Dutch farmer, and he struggles with the idea of having to, he has got a friend that wants to give him, have him take in a young child and protect him, which is a Jewish child. Just for us, and thinking about us as people, like, what would we do in that situation? This is definitely a character that you look at and you think, what would I do? What would I do if I was put in the place of having to put my own family in danger in order to protect someone else?